Sorry, people, that really does suck. I mean, I was just making a video, and all of a sudden, I accidentally clicked on cancel, and it ruined the whole video. I'm sorry if that happened. Nobody's going to know now since it canceled, and they'll have heard.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, it's my 3-year anniversary, people, and if you're a subscriber to me that's also watching this video, I'd like to thank you all for the support and stuff and entertainment.
Well, how many subscribers do you have, by the way?
317.
Next goal is for 400, and I don't even know where the hell I put the remote control to the TV.
My #1 main goal on YouTube is to try to get 1,000.
Yeah, man, it's so weird how some people get 1,000 in one day. Like, I know White Boy gets like over 1,000 in a day.
I know.
And some people can't even get that in like a year. He gets it in a day.
A lot of my favorite YouTubers have 1,000 subscribers. N2SC4, Game8, Daywalker28, 18 Diego DD, NASCAR Nixon, NASCAR Video Archive, Pac-Man Cucumber, and many more.
NASCAR Nixon is a pretty cool guy. He is pretty cool. He posts some very funny videos. He's the guy that came up with the NASCAR Nonsense series, which is absolutely a very funny series. There's a lot of NASCAR clips that are very funny and outrageous. Sorry guys, I don't really have vacation for a while. They took away our February break. That's why I was at school every single day. That's why I was at school every single day this week, because I was supposed to have every single day off. But, I didn't. I think my only vacation day up to spring break is, I think, some day off in March. And I remember last year, I had that kind of thing, like it was a day off in like March or something, and I think nobody else had a day off, so I was like one of the only ones on. I remember I got up really early and I saw Joseph Lombard online, and his comment was DNB sleeping. So I knew that meant that there was not a lot of people, you know, had a day off. I was probably like the only one, so that was kind of funny though. I saw it saying DNB sleeping. It kind of did make me laugh. And I was like, maybe I should go back to sleep, because I think I got up like 9 that day, and I was like, 9's way too early for a no-school day. I mean, really, you know, no school, you want to sleep until freaking 12 o'clock. And, but, yeah, I have one day off in March. I think then I have spring break. And I think that's it, though. I think, oh, yeah, Memorial Day. Forgot about that. Memorial Day, and probably a few more. I mean, there's probably a few more days. And of course,
speaking of Memorial Day, I might be at Charlotte that weekend.
Oh yeah, Skull's gonna be maybe at the Coke 600. I haven't been to a NASCAR race. It's surprising since I'm a big fan, but I really want to go to one soon, maybe this year or next year. You know, either Pocono, Dover, New Hampshire, Watkins Glen. You know, one of those tracks. Probably would be like Loudon, either Loudon, Dover, or Pocono, since it seems like Pocono's really had some exciting races the last few years. Dover always seems to have very exciting races, and you know, Loudon does have some very good races. Watkins Glen, of course, does. The last 2 years have been phenomenal, and you know, and then so there's, you know, very good, you know, tracks that I live near. The Northeast does have some very good tracks.
The only thing I really like about Dover is Jimmie Johnson winning there.
Jimmie Johnson won there last year. I think Jeff Gordon should have won that race because he had the better car. He led 60 laps. He was the only guy that could really contend with Jimmie Johnson. I believe he had the better car that race, but the loose wheel really fucked him over. I mean,
indeed.
I mean, that really just sucked for him.
But hopefully he gets career number 100 before he retires.
I'm hoping Jeff gets 100 wins, but I hope it happens, but I'm not sure. He's getting to his old age. He's probably got a few years left in him. Only way he could get 100 was to get like, you know, 5 wins a year, and that's pretty tough for a guy his age. But, you know, he's still very competitive. You know, I was thinking maybe he could kind of go to a Mark Martin kind of role in his 50s, drive part-time, still contend. Like maybe Rick Hendrick would consider maybe opening up a part-time team for Jeff Gordon, and Jeff Gordon could maybe mentor some, young talent coming up through the ranks. Since Hendrick's going to be pretty much Hendrick's pretty much going to be a different team in the next 10 years. Next 7 or 8 years, you're probably not going to see Jeff Jr. or Johnson since they're all getting into old age. Kane's pretty young, so he's got a lot of years left in him. But Jimmy Johnson's 37 years old. He's probably only got a few more years left in him. Same with Jr. and Jeff. Kane's kind of the only young guy, but back in 2009 to 2011, you had the two oldest guys that were still very competitive in NASCAR, which of course Jeff Gordon and Mark Martin.
Well, Mark Martin did win 5 wins.
Mark Martin's comeback
in 2009.
Definitely in 2009.
When he was 50.
And he spent 2 years at DEI, and then Rick Hendrick. And I remember Mark Martin said, I can't, picture any scenario that would make me leave. And of course, there was only that one scenario that you never would think of, and that would be Rick Hendrick calling you to drive his car. Best, top-notch equipment, the best equipment in all the series, and. Mark Martin, 2009, first year with Hendrick, comes back, wins 5 races, and finishes second in the points, almost wins a championship. Then he struggled in 2010 and 2011, and then he was out at Hendrick and decided to go part-time again, this time for Michael Waltrip. I think this is the last time Michael Waltrip, Mark Martin will be racing. I think Mark Martin's only got maybe 1 or 2 more years left. I think in a few more years he'll probably be retired, and I think he'll be retired for good. Because we all remember, 2005, he was going to retire at the end of the year, and Jack Roush persuaded him to stay 1 more season. And then he decided to go part-time in 07 and 08, and then he came back full-time for Hendricks for 3 years. And now he's back part-time for Michael Waltrip in the 55 car. And he's racing very well. He almost won Pocono last year. If it hadn't been for Joey Logano. So he still is very competitive, and he did win 4 poles last year. And he only raced in 24 races, and he got 4 poles, which was tied for the most. So, he still is a very good qualifier. Mark Martin, 2009 and last year was a very good qualifier. So.
Speaking of Joey Logano, it's funny how he's driving a certain car number whenever age he turns. First he was driving 20 car when he was 20.